everyone.
Sony's final villain Spider-Man movie without an actual Spider-Man in it, Kraven the Hunter, will be making its way to streaming platforms rather sooner rather than later. Here's exactly what we know. Everything that we're discussing in today's video is about Kraven the Hunter and it coming to streaming platforms, where we, of course, are going to go ahead and hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we'd be anticipating right now. Before we do, though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing all types of Marvel-related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Also, be sure to hit that little notification bell right next to it to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel almost on the daily. There is a lot of Marvel news to keep up with. It's exactly why we're here, is to keep you guys updated with everything, not just that, but also break it down for you guys. As always, I really appreciate all of the support. Okay, so in this video, we are going to be taking a quick read from The Direct as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. Kraven the Hunter coming to streaming platforms. When exactly are we anticipating for that? Theatrical audiences are skipping out on Sony's Kraven the Hunter, and those waiting for a home release may be wondering when it will start streaming. It's honestly exactly what I'm doing, and honestly, it's sad. I've talked about it a number of times here on the channel in and out of our Kraven the Hunter videos. It's like watching a kid keep falling off of the bike. You want him to succeed, you want it to be good, but it just isn't, and yeah, it gets to a point. So, as I had also mentioned in our prologue, it also is looking like Sony is done with the Spider-Man villain movies without an actual Spider-Man in them, at least for the time being. Whether or not they play off in the long game and have some type of grander connection to the wider MCU and connected to Marvel Studios in their movie is something that's kind of up in the air right now. It's something that some fans are anticipating. For some fans, that they want that to happen, and other fans don't want anything to do with them whatsoever. Sony is reportedly planning to end its Spider-Man spin-off universe with Kraven the Hunter, which is currently bombing at the box office, and it just isn't going to have a very long theatrical run, especially when you looked at other Marvel movies like Deadpool and Wolverine from earlier this year over the summer. That had one of the longest Marvel movie theatrical runs, being in theaters for nearly 4 or 5 months at that point. The Aaron Taylor Johnson flick hit theaters on Friday, December 13th, about 2 weeks ago, and has only earned $42.8 million worldwide in its first 10 days, leaving it on track to be one of the lowest grossing Marvel movies ever from Sony's pictures. So of course, before we see projects usually hit the streaming platforms, they usually get those physical releases and those digital releases as well. It's kind of them milking and making a last-ditch effort to make a little bit more money on these projects. Kraven the Hunter was only recently released in theaters on Friday, December 13th, as I had mentioned. That was like 2 weeks ago, meaning plans for its home debut have yet to be officially announced and confirmed, but we are able to kind of take predictions. First up, Kraven's home viewing journey will be its digital release, where the Sony Marvel blockbuster will be available for purchase on platforms such as Amazon, Google, and Apple. Perhaps the best way to predict when Kraven the Hunter will be released on its home digital release is by comparing it the theatrical to digital window of Sony's other 2024 movies, which have ranged between 30 to 46 days on the usual. So sometime in the middle of January is what we're anticipating, if not maybe even a little bit earlier on, sometime in the first week or two even of January even. Madam Web at the beginning of 2024, February 14th was its theatrical release, and it hit digital on March 15th, so about 30 days later. And also in comparison, Venom: The Last Dance recently, October 25th, was its theatrical release. It hit its digital release December 10th, about 46 days later. If Kraven the Hunter falls in that same time range, which it probably will do so, if not honestly earlier, as seeing that this is Sony Pictures' final Spider-Man villain movie, it may be one of those things that the Sony wants to just get over with and have it done with, so they're able to move on to their other projects like Beyond the Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse 3, as well as the Amazon Prime Spider Noir series that's going on, and kind of clean the palette for that and have things prepped up for that. Whether or not those projects are releasing in 2025 or beyond is up in the air. The Spider-Man spinoff should also be released for digital purchase in mid to late January of next year, 2025. The bigger question, and honestly probably the reason you clicked on today's video, is when is it actually going to be hitting a streaming platform? In 2022, Sony reached a deal with Netflix to bring its latest movies to the streamer in the Pay One window, referring to a movie's first streaming or TV destination after releasing in theaters and for purchase at home, which it's the digital and the physical releases. So Sony has a deal with Netflix. While Sony has yet to confirm a Netflix release date for Kraven the Hunter, looking at theatrical to streaming windows for the studio's other recent previous movies are there to help us. Madam Web, a theatrical release date of February 14th, it hit Netflix in May 14th, which was roughly 90 days later. Or in comparison, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire had a theatrical release of March 22nd and hit Netflix on July 22nd, so 76 days later. So we're kind of able to garner that window somewhere between 70 to 90 days, about 3 months or so, you give or take a little less, a little more, for a Netflix and actual streaming release. And if that is the case to carry on for Kraven the Hunter is struggling to gain that traction at the box office after receiving 5 major criticisms and its overwhelming negative reviews as well. The Spider-Man spinoff may come to streaming rather than quickly, as I had mentioned, and it's just one of those things that they might want to have done with. If that's the case, as I had mentioned, probably sometime in March is where we'll see Kraven the Hunter hit Netflix, if not maybe even earlier on, maybe by the end of February. As such, the movie will likely have a theatrical to streaming window similar to Madam Web, which is on the 90-day window there, which would leave its Netflix drop in early to mid-March. If not, honestly, February, as I had mentioned. It might just be one of those things that Sony wants to tear the band-aid off for. Where would a movie like Kraven the Hunter go after Netflix? It would of course hit Disney Plus, having the co-relationship between Sony Pictures and Disney and Marvel Studios. We've seen that before with Morbius recently, the vampire flick hitting Disney Plus March 1st of 2024, which was around 18 months after it debuted on Netflix on September 7th of 2022. So probably sometime in 2025, or much rather 2026 even, is where we will see Kraven the Hunter joined in Disney Plus. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial MCU. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Different theories as well, I'm all ears. Let's discuss. I love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Leave a like on today's video as it really does help out the channel. I really appreciate it. Stick around here on the channel, Unofficial MCU, by hitting that subscribe button and notification bell to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel, almost on the daily. There's a lot of Marvel news and craziness that has been going on. That's exactly why we're here, is to keep you guys all updated on all of it and explain it all. Also check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below or to the channel. Also use codes Team Iron Man or Team Cap in all caps, depending on what team you are a part of, to get 10% off of your order. I'll be updating and dropping new designs on a regular basis, so make sure you check it out. It can make a perfect gift for someone else or even for yourself. With whatever way you support the channel, I really deeply do appreciate it. Whether it's simply watching today's video or purchasing one of our products, thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Peace out.